and sunny for today. Our high this afternoon in the upper 60s north, mid-70s south. Showers and storms on the increase tonight. Some could be strong. Overnight lows in the low to mid-50s and a chance of strong to severe weather on Thursday. Highs will be in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hertz Car Sales. Make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard. Call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
Here we go.
From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
Well, this town is a pigskin paradise.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith. Live from the Busch Light Studios.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here. Woo!
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
Because this is a proud damn state.
Streaming live from hit.com.
You can actually feel Razorback Stadium shaking underneath our feet right now.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Stick this one in the electrical socket, folks. The Razorbacks have shocked the world. Arkansas defeats UConn.
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Judging by the sound of it, so has everyone else.
Hey, hold on. It's almost halftime.
Feels like we're on a world tour here, SmackDown.
It really does.
Good to be out at Eat My Catfish in Fayetteville this morning. And, you know, once we get past the afternoon portion, you get to do the meat hooks here at Eat My Catfish today. That's a little earlier than usual, though.
Well, look at what we got sitting in front of us already.
I know.
We didn't even get started with the show. They're already giving us food.
This is going to be so exciting. Because hopefully you come out and have lunch with us at Eat My Catfish and enjoy that's my favorite word that we're going to be able to use today.
The smorgasbord.
Travis, who runs the place, said they're going to be bringing us a smorgasbord of food throughout the entire show.
Let's do it.
I mean, if you have to forgive us if we're a little bit rude on occasion. There may be a moment or 20 where there might be a little bit of food stuck in our mouth while we're talking, just because it's supposedly going to keep coming here.
That's what we were told. Just going to keep bringing everything in. But, yeah, you need to come out here to Eat My Catfish today. We're here until 1 o'clock, so come out and get you some great catfish. They've got some great deals happening right now. Right now it's crawfish season here. Have you had crawfish before?
Yes.
Matty, you're a crawfish guy, aren't you?
Oh, no, I'm not, actually.
Oh.
I'm ready for the crawfish. If that's part of the smorgasbord, man, I'm ready to go. I might have to drive home and change clothing once I'm done with that. I mean, I might get some of the drippiness things on my jeans. Who knows?
Now, they're serving crawfish right now with crawfish season with the corn, sausage, potatoes. Now, Matty told me we were talking about this yesterday. Matty said the Willie dust. This is like their secret. Is this like the secret dust?
Well, it's not really a secret that it's so great, but I imagine the ingredients are well,
they'd have to kill one of us.
It's like pixie dust. Yeah, it'll make you float, make your taste buds float. That pretty much. So they've already brought out, and yeah, we'll be getting into yesterday's Arkansas baseball blowout win. That was a lot of fun. You had yourself a carousel inning. That's nice. Got around the bases quite a bit in the 8th inning with a 9-run inning. Used to call every big inning a rally, but then I was educated by somebody that rallies happen by teams that are behind. Not already ahead by 5 runs when they score 9 more.
You're getting awfully good at not necessarily predicting these games, but asking and receiving. A couple weeks ago, you said it wasn't going to rain. It didn't rain, and we played the game. Yesterday, you said the same thing, but also that this team needed to hit and get runs in a hurry and get a lot of them. You got 14 runs yesterday. That's a recipe for Phil Elson being extremely correct about this baseball team.
Well, and Dave also, did a little Yahtzee with the lineup card. I mean, he shook it up, man. I mean, you had 5 guys in there, either at different positions than we've seen or that hadn't played much. In fact, 3 players that started yesterday: Welch, the DH, Leach, the freshman catcher, and Zach White, the right fielder out of Little Rock. That was just there in some cases. I think for Leach's 3rd start. For Welch, it was his 2nd. He's proved to be a really good pinch hitter off the bench. And for White, it was his 1st start. And, they all got into it. Everybody got into the fun. 14 runs, 13 hits. Of course, Sweet 16 matchup on Saturday. We'll be talking with Clay Henry quite a bit about that one. Clay knows well about Oral Roberts. He covered Oral Roberts University athletics for quite a while when he lived in Tulsa. And we'd had Hildebrand on yesterday, and he's the radio voice of Oral Roberts. So that's still the big focus this week. Too bad today would have been round of 32 for Arkansas women if they would have, if not for the upset suffered at the hands of Wright State. Did see that we did have some accolades roll in for a couple of the players for Arkansas women's basketball. Both Destiny Slocum and Chelsea Dungy were named regional All-America finalists by the Women's Basketball Coaches Association.
Good for them.
This was just put out by the women's basketball Twitter account 46 minutes ago, so that's good to see. 877-377-6963. We will take your calls and texts throughout the show. If you want to be part of the smorgasbord of fun, come on out and eat lunch with us at Eat My Catfish.
Over under, how many times are we going to say smorgasbord today?
I think I've already gone like 3 or 4 times. You want to set a line? You want to set a line on it?
We can.
Because it's obviously my favorite word of the day.
Well, I think it's awfully appropriate because they were heck, we didn't even get walked in, and they said, we're bringing you to the smorgasbord today.
I asked a stupid question of Travis when I came in.
Yeah.
I said, will we be able to order food? I think that was more just my stomach being hungry at that moment, which I hadn't eaten anything before I showed up. And then you want to tell them what they brought in front of us here and what happened the moment that this basket sat in front of my face?
Right before we got on the air here just a moment ago, brought us fried green tomatoes with some good ranch sauce, a little bit of a sweet and spicy connection.
That's a great movie, too.
What did I say?
Fried green
tomatoes. Oh, that is a good movie.
You ever seen this movie before? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't, but I know the movie.
Big Jessica Tandy fan.
Maddie already got in trouble.
Not a lot of those left anymore, Maddie.
Already got in trouble this morning for movie's sake, so Lady SmackDown's going to help me here later.
Anyway. Oh, no, you didn't.
You did.
I did.
There's a fine for you. Yeah, go ahead.
Put the money in the bag.
We're all getting fined now. Anytime I say a swear word without actually swearing.
It slipped by yesterday.
It's up to you guys to catch it. The listeners, I guess, can catch it, too, and let you know.
Was it Austin and Ozark that caught it real quick?
Yeah.
Anyway.
He listens very closely to everything being said.
He really does. Anyway.
He has some really good freaking sound hearing right there.
Fried green tomatoes with some good ranch sauce. And then my favorite that they brought us so far, homemade boudin balls.
Right, and the moment they sat down in front of me, I picked up the first one there and stuck the entire thing in my mouth.
And it's a good-sized boudin ball. I mean,
Phil didn't even chew it up. He just swallowed it whole.
I'm part snake. That's exactly right. I'm just
going to let the joke slide through that, but anyway.
No, it was delicious.
He did.
That's good, Maddie. So, yeah, I'm so excited about this because I'll be able to eat all throughout the show. Don't have to worry about getting anything on the way to Baum-Walker Stadium for Arkansas baseball. I can just, get my peanut M&Ms at the concession stand. And
are you even going to need your peanut M&Ms, or is this more tradition?
I feel like this is our last home game for a little less than a week. So I don't know what the deal is for peanut M&Ms or not at Mississippi State, where Arkansas baseball plays this weekend. So I'm going to have to probably just get my fix today.
I think the one thing you're going to need on tap for today, because I know anytime I'll have catfish or fried food like that, you're going to need lots of balls of water. Just to because you got a 9-inning game here later on here in less than 3 or 4 hours. So.
Right, and if it's anything like yesterday, the end of the game might last an extra hour because that 8th inning yesterday was about 30 minutes long. That's right. Gosh, this could be a lot of fun today. Let's get through some of these texts. I love that we've been out and about so much. I mean, goodness, we get to go to the Game Day Lodge in a couple of weeks for the national championship. Hopefully, Ty's not there because we don't want him to be there, but that means he's also in Indianapolis for a Final Four.
Well, me and Tommy made the deal after this whole controversy with the Dirty Beaver Saloon that he went to, or Wild Beaver, whatever it's called. He may be getting his privileges revoked, and me and Tom, we all may go and just leave Ty here to leave the lights on at the ESPN Arkansas studios.
Well, I told Tommy that if it does come to – Tommy said I don't know if he was planning on sending anybody else to the Final Four if Arkansas makes it. But I can't go because baseball's going to be home that week. So I was like, hey, you guys can all go to Indianapolis. I'll do the Game Day Lodge thing myself.
That's true.
I'll sleep. I will lay down in all 19 beds. I will watch all 17 televisions. I'll use all 10 bathrooms.
Good. Yeah, that's your opportunity right there. So no, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up here in the next few weeks here on Halftime, Morning Rush, and all of our great stations.
So here's some of the text. JT says, hopefully Ty looks like that picture that you put out on Twitter earlier.
You both saw that. Maddie, did you see the picture? I
did not see this one. I'll have to check it out.
I'm not giving Ty a landing strip on his head. That's what that picture is. So I would, and I'm the one who's going to cut his hair. Apparently he trusts me to do it.
Well, they had Coach Musselman on the Morning Rush this morning via his exercise bike in Indianapolis. And if he gets enough social media cred, enough Twitter retweets and all this other stuff that, Ty lives his life based off by, that Coach Musselman will do it.
Oh, great, good.
So
even better. Then and hope he can do. You know what? Coach Musk can give him a reverse mohawk for all I care. In fact, maybe that's the way to go. What else we got? We got Austin says, "I got you guys."
Thank you, Austin.
He's always going to be listening. So, Austin, if you're going to be listening for all of our fine words and all that stuff, then you're going to need to keep score of how much money we owe, okay?
I think we're all up to a quarter right now. So
Jason in Frankfurt says I equal the reverse jinx. There is no reverse jinx because there's no non-reverse jinx. You know where I come in on that. And Harry Dog in Fayetteville wants Ty to lose his chance to go. You deserve it, SmackDown.
Thank you.
I agree,
Thank
man.
you, Harry Dog. I appreciate that.
All right, good. 877-377-6963. We are live at Eat My Catfish. Commercial breaks are going to be my favorite part of the show because that means we get to eat. We'll be right back. Maybe we'll even do a longer commercial break just because.
Just push it to 10.
Stay with us.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. I want to tell you about a couple live shows that we'll be doing from the Game Day Lodge in Branson. The Morning Rush and Halftime will be on location April 5th and 6th, the day of and after the National Championship. The Game Day Lodge in Branson is unlike any lodge you've ever seen. You can check out the Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Instagram.
When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got coffee.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new
below retail on the best selection of Wrath Road Ready vehicles we've had in months. These are late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that have been handpicked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. You just can't buy a better pre-owned vehicle. And right now you can save with prices up to $3,113 below retail. If you're waiting on your tax refund, my TaxMax program can help with that by getting you access to your money now. Worried about your credit? Don't be. My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car. car today. If you're not in the market right now, let us take care of the car you have in our Meineke Car Care Center, the home of half-off brakes and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Don't wait. Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-0906. That's 484-0906. Or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 in Rogers and Fort Smith.
This is ESPN 95.3.
One to go, and Wiggins is ready. The 1-2 to Patota. Struck him out swinging. Curveball to end the series. And this one belongs to the Razorbacks by a 3-1 final score. Good bounce back after taking one on the chin on Friday. Back-to-back wins for the series.
Are you out of the morning rush or halftime radio listening area? No worries. Watch halftime on the VotaLaw.com live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Phil Votan Associates. You've never met a lawyer like Phil.
Halftime brought to you by the Fence Man. If you own a business that needs more security or more curb appeal, just call 479-782-3936. Fence Man will be there for a quick, no-obligations quote. Been doing it over 40 years. Ask them about gates, controlled access card readers, any other sort of custom installation. The Fence Man can do it for your home or business. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man is a division of Quantum Property Services. Happy Randy Johnson destroying a bird day. This happened 20 years ago today in a spring training game. I had forgotten about this until somebody pulls it up on Twitter, and that just seems to remind me of everything these days. You'd seen this video before, right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most unfortunate animal accidents in the history of sports. And I know Maddie said, I asked Maddie during the break, so you remember that? I think whether or not you're a sports fan, you always remember that. I mean, that's meme-worthy.
Just think of the chances that actually happened.
I wonder what the odds of that
are.
And,
so it's Randy Johnson, who at that point I think was the hardest thrower in the game. But even if this was like an 88-mile-an-hour fastball instead of a hundy, it would have still killed the bird. I mean, did the bird actually commit suicide? Knowing who was there on the mound and, kind of knew where the pitch was coming in. I mean, how did it happen?
Here's my question, which maybe it's on the broadcast. I don't know. All you see is feathers. Like, what happened to the insides?
I think they exploded into 3 million pieces,
3 million
man.
Okay.
I think they vaporized.
That's fair.
I saw a bird kill itself at a game at Raywinder Field once. We had a mesh net instead of a big backstop. It was a big chicken wire fence. And the bird, we're right there on the freeway in the middle of Little Rock, right by 630. So the birds would use the right field fence, the big screen monster, the chain link fence that protected the freeway from home runs. There were all these birds that would use that as a place to just sit and do what birds do over a freeway, knowing that they were probably safe there. Well, one bird decided to just fly around the ballpark, and it didn't see the chicken wire, and it flew right into it full speed in the middle of the radio broadcast, man. And the next thing you see is this bird just tumbling down the chicken wire and falling right there on the other side of the fence in front of a kid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, boy. Morbid. And I killed a bird playing golf once accidentally. And that was another one of those things, like, how the heck did that happen? How the heck did that happen?
Got a buddy of mine who's watching on the VotaLaw.com live stream. First off, he said SmackDown is the GOAT. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. But then he also responds that then everybody said the bird is the word is the word is the word.
Well, the bird was gone. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was anything left of that.
It looked just like a pile of feathers exploded. You know
remember
another good one when Fabio was on a roller coaster and got hit in the face with a bird?
That one
that was great.
Oh, that was
one I didn't know about. That one I was unaware of. Did it ruin anything on his beautiful face?
I think he just had a bloody nose, but
Is Fabio still alive?
His pride was probably hurt more than anything. That's a great question. I think that says everything about Fabio. Hey, SmackDown, aren't you from the town where, like, one year just birds mysteriously started falling from the sky?
Oh, man, this made big news.
I'm glad you said that. You know what he's talking about, don't you?
Sure.
So if anybody out there that's done listening, yes, I'm from BB, and if you remember BB, this would have been Maddie with this.
I mean, it's going to have to be 10 years at this point. I could do a quick Google.
You have to do a quick Google search. It's
this
been
was
a long
around
time.
New Year's, right?
Around New Year's, down this neighborhood in BB. The next morning, you wake up
2012, January 1st.
2012.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
it was New Year's.
It was New Year's. So apparently, down this neighborhood, a bunch of people shot fireworks. So and sometime during the night when they did it, a bunch of dead blackbirds just fell out of the sky, and every conspiracy theorist thought it was just the apocalypse, everything else, but.
There's some kind of chemical in the air or something.
Chemical in the air.
Turned out it was just fireworks. Did it kill them from the blast, or did they?
It scared them to death.
Scared them to death.
I think it may have been that too. So, but I mean,
them and every dog in BB.
Every dog in BB, but heck, we got popular enough. And Maddie, I think you can correct me. I think we got it on Ridiculousness. I think was on there. We made a skit on Andy Sandberg and Saturday Night Live on a Weekend Update.
Pretty sure you made Sunday Morning on CBS.
Probably.
I would go with that over Ridiculousness from MTV.
As well. Anything coming out of BB.
My kids have forced me to watch that
show
was actually more times than I've ever needed to.
I lied. That was a different incident that we got on Ridiculousness for.
You know, so there is another case of a bird being killed by a baseball player, but I think he meant to do it. This happened in Toronto. Dave Winfield, I think, was playing for the Yankees at this time, and he's warming up in the outfield. This is before a game, and this is before the Blue Jays had an indoor ballpark. Right. They played at the football stadium, which is called Exhibition Stadium, and I guess there's a lot of seagulls around Toronto. And Winfield was warming up. He had a hose of an arm, and I think he was like playing around with the seagull that was flying around the ballpark as he's warming up, and he hit it with a throw and killed the thing. And the powers that be, they tried to prosecute him for killing a seagull. Yeah, I mean, he actually did I think if I remember correctly, he meant to throw it at the bird and thought that the bird would fly around, and he hit the thing and killed it.
I wonder how many animal obviously the Randy Johnson is probably the most popular of the incidents before, but there was you might have to help me. I know it was Major League Baseball, but it was like in the bottom of the ninth inning of a game. Ball got hit in the center field, and there was a bunch of, I don't know if it was seagulls, but just white birds, and the outfielder lost it amongst the birds.
Yep, that's right. I remember that, too.
I don't remember the teams it was. But
yeah, but that's going to happen. Brandon in Paris says the bird Randy Johnson hit his Todd Furman's ego. I heard him on Ruskin and Zach yesterday, or was it the day before? And I don't think his ego took a hit.
Nope.
At all.
Between him and the Ken Statler guy that's ragging on Justin Smith and saying Arkansas is just Fayetteville's full of chicken farms and chicken houses.
Yeah. Look, I've spent 2 years in Bloomington, Indiana. Ain't the nicest place in the world. The campus is gorgeous. If he's referring to the campus at Indiana, fine. It's beautiful, stunning.
Outside
the city of Bloomington, not the nicest place in the world. I'd go with Fayetteville over Bloomington. You want to put the campuses up against each other? I love Arkansas's campus. I love Indiana's campus. But the cities, Fayetteville's a heck of a lot nicer.
Well, you got backup that's already saying between different polls and everything, Fayetteville's one of the top places to live. So, I mean, I don't want to give the guy a platform that he so desperately
Well, it's funny. It's funny because, I mean, we in Arkansas pay attention to those who slight us, right?
Yep.
And that's been a bit of a theme in the last few days because of Furman and you know, I think of, you know, Seth Davis and that sort of thing. Do you see who just got hired?
I did.
By George Mason as the new head basketball coach. Do we still remember Kim English? You know, taking a swipe at Muss without tagging him on Twitter with, you know, he did this on social media, just like, you know, all big recruits don't pay attention to the guys who are just all about flash and social media and stuff, you know, and everybody knew who he was referencing. English was the assistant at Tennessee, who was done. Their season's over. And he just got hired. Good for him, though. I mean, he's supposed to be a really good young basketball coach. George Mason hasn't been to the NCAA tournament since 2011, so good luck getting him back there. This isn't, you know, they had their magical run. They haven't stayed anywhere near that level. But do you remember when that happened? And I just get a sense there's this false understanding that some people think they have about Eric Musselman as being a social media guy, and that's it. You know, just all about the flash, all about the entertainment and everything. He does a lot of that stuff. I love the little dance video that he and the coaching staff put together from the hotel room yesterday. And he is about some of those things. But the guy's a great basketball coach, and he's a great basketball communicator. And he seems to be relatable enough that people aren't going to be intimidated. You know, some coaches just intimidate you, right? And sometimes it's because of the respect that they've ginned up or the accomplishments that they've already had, or just because that's the way that they are. And I'm not saying you don't want to play for somebody like that, or you can't root for somebody like that. But I don't know. The way, and maybe we're at the top of our apex here because the team is playing so well and everybody's fallen in love with what's happening, and you love the matchup on Saturday with Laura Roberts. But you know, I wonder what Kim English thinks now about Eric Musselman and what he does on social media and what he's done with this team this year. Well,
something's working. Something's working in this whole process. So, obviously, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work elsewhere. It's working here in Arkansas to a T right now. I mean, you're in the Sweet 16, possibly moving to the Elite Eight, and maybe further.
I feel like Furman just. I mean, like he's a Vegas guy. He's somebody that pays attention to the trends. That, you know, they make money based upon the research they're doing. He's not just throwing garbage out there, although it really did sound like he threw garbage out there.
Right.
He really discounted Eric Musselman against one of the other really great basketball coaches in the sport, in Chris Beard. So I would hope his tunes changed a little bit, or at least he understands he was wrong about that. It was pretty obvious. Clay Henry's joining us after the break. We'll have him for a couple of segments. We are at Eat My Catfish in Fayetteville.
Come by, hang out. We got T-shirts, koozies, stickers, all kinds of stuff for you.
We'll get a fist pound for you, too, and have a little bit of the smorgasbord of sports and fish.
Lots of fish.
Yes, and we're right back with Clay Henry.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
In 2003, it was rare for freshmen to carry a college basketball team, never mind two of them. But for Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara did just that, all the way to a national championship. Anthony led the team in scoring and rebounds.
What my friends Jason and Sarah Everett have to offer you at the Game Day Lodge. A pool table, the poker table, bago, arcades, private basketball court. There's an outdoor pool and also a heated indoor pool open year-round, just a few steps away from Game Day Lodge. Game Day Lodge is just a 5-minute drive to Moonshine Beach on Table Rock and just a 5-minute walk down to Table Rock Lake. 10 minutes from Silver Dollar City. This lodge has 10 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 2 laundry rooms, 2 fully equipped kitchens, and 17 televisions, plus an outdoor fire pit when it gets chilly outside. Game Day Lodge features some of your favorite teams, including Arkansas, Dallas, and Kansas City. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can make a reservation by just emailing them. Reservations@lakelodges.rent, or check them out on Airbnb and Vrbo. Game Day Lodge is your #1 destination for family weekends, golf trips, Arkansas away games, corporate retreats, and so much more. Game Day Lodge in Branson. You'll never want to leave.
Car wrecks involving big rigs can be very complex, so the sooner you get me involved, the better. This is why you need to have my number in your phone, because this could be you. I'm Phil Votaw. You never met a lawyer like me.
I want to tell you what my friends Jason and Sarah Everett have to offer you at the Game Day Lodge. A pool
at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street from Natural State Laboratories.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Are you trying to sell your home? Then you owe it to yourself to use all the tools available to speed up the process and get the deal you really want. From 3D home tours, videos, and stunning photography, to blanket local advertising and social media blasts, selling your home just got a whole lot easier. Go to nickandellie.com and contact Ellie Glidewell to start putting these smart home selling tools to work for you right now. nickandellie.com. Equal housing opportunity, Saisley and Edwards Realtors.
Hey, grounds guys.
Hey, what?
How'd you like to mow my lawn?
You betcha. If you want your lawn professionally maintained, the Grounds Guys is your one-stop shop. The Grounds Guys will mow, trim, edge, blow away all the debris off your sidewalks and driveway, and keep your lawn the envy of the neighborhood all year long. Call 479-303-GUYS. That's 303-GUYS. Or go to groundsguys.com for all your lawn care needs in Northwest Arkansas and the Fort Smith area. The Grounds Guys. Leave the yard work to us.
This is ESPN 95.3.
Program with incredible.
Lockhart ready with a 1-2, and Diodati swings and misses at the curve. Strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Lyle Lockhart out of 15 batters.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins. Want to jump in the conversation with the guys? Call or text into Halftime at 877-377-6963.
And we've got Clay Henry with us for the rest of the first hour of Halftime here. Publisher, editor, Hogs Illustrated. Always read him in Whole Hog Sports and hear him on the Morning Rush and here on Halftime. Clay, what's going on, man? You fired up about Sweet 16. You know ORU pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, I was at the Tulsa World from 78 to 92. Of course, I've been at the Tulsa World for a good chunk of my professional career, except you could just say, well, what about Hogs Illustrated? Well, nobody's offered me a job for the last 30 years. I've been at Hogs Illustrated the whole time.
Right.
What part of my job, I covered college football and college basketball. And we didn't have beats. You just, you covered a different game every night. ORU, Tulsa, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. And every once in a while you'd throw in an Oklahoma City University. They were Division I during that time with Abe Lemons as the coach. And I think maybe, some other guys that I'm losing my train of thought on some of the other coaches there. But it's just like it was just really a fun job during basketball. You just saw great basketball every night. Big 8, Missouri Valley, covered Larry Bird quite a few times when they would play at Tulsa. Went to Terre Haute. Covered Arkansas against Phi Slamma Jamma. I mean, it just, I could write a book on just the basketball games that I covered. Wayman Tisdale and all the great players at Oklahoma. It was just a great time to be covering basketball at the Tulsa World.
And ORU still, is such an interesting position in the entire state of Oklahoma sports-wise, which is a football state. ORU doesn't have a football team. It's a great basketball state with incredible history there, but ORU is still overshadowed, even in their own city sometimes.
Well, it's kind of funny if you go back to 1972. They built the Mabee Center, which was a great. It was a wonderful arena. There wasn't anything like it anywhere around. Arkansas's playing in Barnhill. Oklahoma State Gallagher Arena was just a horrible shape. It just had gone down. It was so old and creepy, and they didn't have a good place. They played in a gym, a field house at OU. They didn't have the Noble Center. So they kind of drug everybody, a football playing state into basketball and started spending money and built that arena. And then they hired Ken Trickey, and they were on the cusp of going to the Final Four in 1974, playing in the Mabee Center against Kansas, had a 9-point lead with 4 minutes to go, blew that lead, I think lost in overtime. And the night, I guess it was 2 nights before, they beat Creighton and Eddie Sutton, and that night celebrating, Trickey got a DUI. And he resigned, and Oral Roberts, the president of the school, talked him into coaching against Kansas and then did accept his resignation after the Kansas loss. And that program has just been, blowing in the winds ever since. And, I don't know if we got enough time in this segment for me to tell my Ted Owens story. Do you want me to go there now?
I think we do because, it is Oral Roberts is a really interesting place overall. Even if you just walk around the campus, when I used to stay with the Travelers at the Southern Hills Marriott, that's right across the street from the school. And, it's more than just the hands. It's the
Prayer Tower, which is a cancer hospital now.
Well, and it's the most interesting-looking campus. It looks like a futuristic, campus that was built for the Jetsons.
Every building is gold-plated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's such a – I want to say the word bizarre, but it's really beautiful. No, I've never seen a place like it.
It's unique is the right word, and there is no other place like it. So there's 2 different ORU stories. Larry Koshel was the athletic director and baseball coach, and he was in charge of basketball, and he didn't want to mess with basketball. He just wanted to coach baseball. And he tried to hire me. I was the basketball beat writer at the paper as assistant AD in charge of basketball. And so I went for an interview, and the first thing he says is you'll have to sign something that say you don't drink or smoke, which is a little bit strange, which I could have done that and didn't really want to, but I could have. And then the next thing was he says, now, we'll tithe your salary. I said, tithe it? And he goes, well, you'll tithe it back to Oral's church. Or he didn't call it Oral. He called, President Roberts' church. So you would – and I was a deacon at Southern Hills Baptist nearby. And I was like, well, now I'm going to be tithing at 2 places. That was the deal breaker. So I just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, they end up tumbling into disarray. At some point in there, I got crossways with Richard Roberts, Oral's son, and I broke the story that Ted Owens was going to be hired as basketball coach 2 days early. And I had a source within his office and broke the story. It was correct, obviously, and I knew that he was on campus. Somebody had told me that, and then Bill Connors, our sports editor, confirmed it through somebody in Lawrence that he, was going to be hired. So we ran the story, and they called it an embarrassment that, it ran early before they hired him. So, of course, it was true. 2 weeks later, I'm covering a baseball game at ORU, and I think they were playing Oklahoma State, and I was called out of the press seating to what is probably the visitors' radio box, but it also was like Mr. Roberts' box. And I went in there, and it's just a little tiny space, as you know what your basketball radio or baseball boxes are like, Phil. And it was Richard Roberts. And he pulls his chair right next to mine in front and puts both hands on my shoulders and asks, "Are you a Christian?" And, so I'm trying to get up and leave. He's not going to let you. He goes, "I want to know your source. I know you had a source in my office. I want to know who it is." And he says, "Only a Christian, a non-Christian would keep a secret." What? And so I left. No cell phones back then. Went home, called Bill Connors, my boss, and on my way out, he says, "You'll never cover anything on our campus again." Man. Which is like, okay, that's, if he wants to do that, he can. So I went home, left the baseball game, didn't cover that, and called Bill Connors. 10 minutes later, I get a call from Oral Roberts, Richard's dad, and he says, "I am so embarrassed for my son. You will never have another problem at our university. I'm so sorry. There was nothing wrong with your story. We got news 2 different days in your paper on the front page because of your story and then the story you wrote 2 days later when we hired Coach Owens." He says, "I don't have a problem with that." And says, "You will not ever be, anything but, ultimately welcome on our campus. And that was the last time I had a problem out there. But it was really bizarre. So almost to be hired and then to be barred from campus for breaking a story.
Quite a different thing that you would have expected, man. And this is what are you writing about this? That's
yeah. Well, I've said it on the radio before, and I've said it in Tulsa, and so it's not like it's a secret or anything. And Richard's demise is well documented. He's in California now. He doesn't have anything to do with the school. They have the name of Oral Roberts, but there's no Roberts connected with that school anymore. It's kind of bizarre how that's all worked out.
Guess it kind of fits in a little bit, but they do have themselves a pretty good basketball team this year, and
they're doing something right.
They are doing something right as far as getting the
they
basketball
played 5
team
straight elimination games.
Mm-hmm.
They at any point they would have been eliminated in their conference tournament 3 straight games, and then 2 in to beat the number 1 seed, and then Ohio State, and then to beat Florida. And there's been a bunch of those games where it's come down to final possessions or final shot. They're tied with Harvard's 82 team for the all-time best free throw shooting college team. You don't foul them; they shoot 82% for the season, and they've done that in the NCAA tournament. Their center is a former cross-country runner, so he'll play 40 minutes. He can run all day.
We got a lot more to talk about with this Oral Roberts matchup. Clay, you good to stick around with us through this next segment, my friend? So we'll have more Clay Henry coming up after this commercial. First, I'm going to tell you about our friends over at Buffalo Wild Wings. You need a good destination this weekend. Anywhere to get some great quality chicken wings at Buffalo Wild Wings is the option. Get yourself the Breakaway Bundle. 15 boneless, 15 bone-in wings. $29.99. That does include French fries, a great option for your watch parties to watch the Razorbacks in the Sweet 16 this Saturday night. Obviously, we got a lot more to talk about with that, so we will carry that on in the next segment. You can order takeout and delivery online through the B-Dubs app. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and in Conway, among many, many others in the state of Arkansas. What are you waiting for? Get buckets and get wings with Buffalo Wild Wings. More halftime coming up after this commercial.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
We've got the wings, you've got the mouth. Watch basketball the right way with Buffalo Wild Wings. Get the Breakaway Bundle and receive 30 award-winning wings for only $29.99. 15 traditional and 15 boneless, plus fries for only $29.99. Order takeout or delivery online through the B-Dubs app. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. What are you waiting for? Watch with wings and get buckets. Available at participating locations for a limited time, dine-in, and takeout only. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Frank Roll Furniture is your Made in the USA headquarters. We carry as many Made in the USA products as we can, including Jackson & Catnapper sofas and Loves, Speed Queen washers and dryers, and Serenity mattresses. This month, we are offering special pricing on cash and finance. We are family owned and offer in-store no credit check financing. Visit us at FrankRowFurniture.com. Frank Row Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
If there's ever been a spring to look forward to, it's this one. So when that first bluer than blue sky day hits, we're going for a drive. And whether it's the really, really long way to the store or a short road out of town, the windows will be down and the radio will be up. Michelin wants to help you rediscover the open road between March 17th and April 5th. Get up to $120 total savings via reward card or virtual account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new select Michelin passenger or light truck tires. $70 tire rebate on all tire lines plus $50 service rebate on Michelin Cross Climate 2 and Pilot family of tires. Offer valid 3/17/2021 to 4/5/2021. See www.michelinman.com/promotions and rebates for complete details. Offer expires 4/5/2027. Void where prohibited. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540, exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality BF Goodrich tires and best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
They say trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
Fort Smith's best option for PCR COVID testing is fast, accurate, and delivers next-day results. Arkansas Zone Natural State Laboratories has a PCR COVID drive-through location at Community Bible Church from 8 till 1 Monday through Friday. No appointment is necessary, there's no out-of-pocket cost, and test results are available the very next day. Whether you've been exposed, have symptoms, need to travel, or just need peace of mind, PCR COVID testing is available Monday through Friday, 8 till 1 at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street from Natural State Laboratories.
This is ESPN 95.3.
But my baby, she don't want me no more.
One strike to go. Morris ready with a 3-2. The pitch to Heller is chopped slowly to the third baseman Smith. Gloves it, quickly throws to first, and got him. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Final score 9-1 to set up a rubber match tomorrow.
Find us on 99.5 and 1290 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
Live from Eat My Catfish in Fayetteville. Come on out and see us. We just got some blackened catfish with some blackened shrimp. Nice piece of corn on the cob.
There was 2 hush puppies here, but
those were crushed pretty quickly, weren't they?
Well, one of the lovely lady sitting to my left right now got the first.
That's a fine too. If you say she, you get away with it.
I can't say Lady Smackdown, so
it is crawfish season, and they're serving cooked crawfish by the pound. Add in corn, sausage, potatoes. They'll blend it with the special Willie Dust seasoning.
Yep.
They've been doing this for over 10 years, serving only fresh, never frozen U.S. farm catfish. I kind of worry about when you go to the store and you buy what looks like fresh fish. It's usually frozen.
Exactly.
That was thawed.
Yep.
It's different here. Different here at Eat My Catfish.
Well, this blackened fish that we just got here is absolutely fantastic on a bed of rasa pilaf, so you can definitely taste the freshness here.
Have you guys asked him about the boiling buckets yet?
No,
it's
but
a
we're gonna
bucket
have
of
to.
crawfish, shrimp, crab legs, and with the Willie
That
Dust on it.
sounds so good. Clay, do you do crawfish? Are you a crawfish guy?
Yeah, I mean, mud bugs, right?
Even better.
Even better.
That's even the best way to put it. Mud bugs. That's exactly the way that I want to put it. Or
Yeah,
crawdads.
break off, eat the tail, and you suck out the head, right?
Exactly right. Some people are afraid of these things. They think they're like eating a scorpion. There's no reason to be afraid. They're delicious. Leave a little that spiciness on your lips.
So
I love
have
it.
you ever run a trot line for catfish, Phil?
I have no idea what you're talking about. None.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Clay.
You needed some shiners, right? SmackDown.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
I need to be educated here.
It's been a
It's
long
a
time
language
since I've ran
you
a
do
trot line
not
before.
speak, right?
Oh, gosh.
Apparently, in a few weeks, I'm going to run a trot line on Lake Norfolk. I'll let you know how that turns out.
Okay. Is this like electrifying the fish or something?
No.
I'm just
it's
throwing a guess.
long line that you string across a bay from one point to another, and then you have lines with hooks that hang off that line into the down into the water, and you put shiners on them and run that trot line at night. You probably might have 30 or 40 catfish.
I just want to ask one more fishing question. We'll get more into basketball here because I remember there's that nature center in downtown Little Rock, and here comes more smorgasbord.
Oh, no.
Lovely. I remember seeing about fishermen that used electricity. Have you ever used electricity to catch
Nope.
or kill a fish?
Or
Clay?
dynamite.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was
what
an
about
easy, simple
noodling?
answer.
Any of you boys done any noodling?
I know what noodling is, but I've never done
What
it.
is noodling?
Catching them with your hands.
Yeah.
Oh well, I was going a different way with noodling.
You run your arm down in their mouth, and when they clamp down, you just pull them out of the holes, underneath the cut banks. Yep.
And you're thinking about a different noodle there, Matt. We're talking about you use your arm.
Well, no. Okay, well, I do know what that is, but
This is to
Clay,
catch catfish. Yeah, by hand.
We've also done it in other lakes where you literally take like the pool noodle, cut it in half, and then bring it with the hook at the bottom.
I see.
And just kind of let it. You hanker it kind of like a trout line in a sense, but it's a noodle just sitting there, so the noodle obviously will never sink.
It floats.
It floats, exactly.
And here it was. I thought a wet noodle was like a guy that couldn't throw a baseball more than 20 feet.
Well, it is. It is. Yeah.
Clay,
back to basketball.
Let's get back into basketball.
I was going to say,
here.
Phil, you take care of this for a little bit.
Tell me, because we're all happy Arkansas is in the Sweet 16. I don't think that they're happy that they're too. The team is. I don't think they've gotten to the goal that they've tried to achieve. I wonder about Oral Roberts. This is the Cinderella, the 15 seed. It's so rare for this to ever happen, to make it to the Sweet 16. Could this be a case maybe of one team being just happy to be there and the other being a little more hungry?
Yeah, we'll see. It's sometimes when you get on a roll, though, it just kind of, you just ride it. Have they peaked yet? I mean, it's. Bill Hastings told me that their coach said that their goal was to win 2 games. Tie the school record, 2 victories, which was 74. They've done that. Now, is that just what he's told his, the media, or is that what he's told the team going in? If that's what he told the team, then he might have a little bit of a problem. But I think they feel like this is a revenge game. I'm talking about the Golden Eagles. I have to be careful. They were the Titans when I covered them.
I didn't realize they changed their name.
Oh yeah, they were the Titans.
When did that happen?
They were in a league with other Titans, Detroit and somebody else, and they just like, hey, we need a different identity. Too many Titans.
There's too many Bulldogs and too many Tigers in the SEC.
Yeah,
Which one of these schools is changing their name?
Yeah. Yeah. When I covered them, I mean, it's like, how do you soar like an eagle when you got a bunch of turkeys? I mean, it's just their basketball was so bad for so many years, and that's their last 7 years, they have a losing record in their own conference, which is the Summit. I wonder how many people even know what the Summit is. Can you name me some Summit teams?
Oh, you got North Dakota, you got South Dakota State.
Yep.
You got South Dakota. What are the other teams that are in that league? I think Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, I think, is in that league. That's one of the league. Like, remember Oral Roberts did some league jumping.
They were in the mid-continent. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed.
Then
they changed
they
around.
went NEI for a while. They had a huge budget cut, and backed off. They were, really a good NCAA Division I baseball program, and then they got in. What happened is they built the prayer tower, and it was they just lost all control of their budgetary, as far as the school, the athletic department, and they just, we're going to have to just strip down the athletic department to almost nothing, and they did. Now they've slowly kind of come back a little bit as far as NCAA competing in basketball and baseball. They're a pretty good baseball program.
Yeah, that's why it's like, we see Arkansas versus Oral Roberts in the regionals, like every time they can have that matchup, they do.
They really do.
They really do. So, I mean, Arkansas is I don't even know what the line is. They're such a heavy favorite.
11.5, I think.
Under what circumstances could you see an upset happening on Saturday?
Well, what Arkansas has to be careful of is to lose control of the free throw line, and that's where they've been so good. Well, that's what Florida had done for the last five games, and there was a big difference in free throws attempted. So their point guard is really good with the basketball, and he keeps the basketball and ends up shooting a lot of free throws. And so you can't foul him, and you got to keep them off the foul line.
Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, joining us here on Halftime. Clay, I think the biggest thing for me, and you really saw it in the Texas Tech game, and we mentioned it. I mentioned it on Ruskin and Zach on Friday after the Colgate game. Jalen Williams is going to have a huge game for that basketball team to have a shot against Texas Tech, and he sure did. And it's not necessarily that he needed to be proficient on the offensive end, which he was only scoring 1 point. But, Clay, the difference at Jalen Williams, we talk a lot about the difference Devo can make on the defensive end. The difference that Jalen Williams can do on the defensive glass, charges, all the little things that make a basketball team run, it's impressive what this freshman can do, and I'm even more intrigued for what he'll do in his sophomore and junior campaigns next season.
Yeah, well, he just takes so much pressure off Justin Smith, and you can. There'll be times in a game where they'll put Justin Smith at the 5 and play 4 guards, but that's not what you want to do for a whole game. You don't want him on the block in playing against a bigger guy, and he plays off the post so well in that he can come and block shots from the side and behind if Jalen Williams bodies up the post. So it really helps their help defense when Justin can work that. They're going to play pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. That's ORU's offense. Their postman, their best 2 players are their postman and their point guard. And so, Jalen's got the ability to play the pick and roll. That's what you like. And he's got the quickness and lateral ability to go with that guard without fouling him. And that's going to be a big part of this game.
A couple more seconds here with you, Clay, before we wrap up this segment at the top of the hour. Obviously, you got Oral Roberts is coming up. What are the odds? What are the chances you think this team will be heading to its first Final Four? Because we won't talk to you for the rest of the week. You'll be on the Morning Rush Friday. What's the vibe? What do you feel about this team this weekend?
Yeah, I mean Baylor's the best team in the bracket. I mean, I think I'm talking about their bracket.
Correct.
It's Gonzaga, Baylor, Gonzaga. That's what everybody sees. And Baylor hit a little bit of a dip after their COVID pause, but they're playing a lot better, and they are just so loaded with guards. And I think this is a guard tournament. Yep. So this is a game Arkansas needs to win without exhausting themselves, so that they can, they'll be fresh for Baylor. And that's the only way I see them beating Baylor, is if they really have an easy time in this game and they're fresh for the Bears.
Clay, appreciate you, man. It's always fun talking with you. Wish we could have you on more, but we appreciate the time that we get with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Thank you all for having me.
You got it. That's Clay Henry.
Enjoy the catfish.
Oh, and the fried shrimp that just showed up, and the fried catfish, and
I'm going to eat a bagel.
SmackDown can eat coleslaw off his shirt now.
I just spilled coleslaw on me, Clay. I got too excited.
877.
Thanks, Clay. We appreciate it.
You got it.
877-377-6963. And here it was. Yesterday I was screaming about shrimp tails and cinnamon toast crunch, ruining my favorite cereal. And did you see I've been eating these shrimp? Whole damn thing. The whole thing, man. Right there. You eat the shrimp tail with it.
I've never seen a person that eats the whole shrimp tail. I mean, we got Boss Man's here. Tommy's here now.
I don't even need the cinnamon and the sugar to eat it. Halftime's back. Meat hooks are coming up soon. Stay with us.
Fort Smith's best option for PCR COVID testing is fast, accurate, and delivers next-day results. Arkansas' own Natural State Laboratories has a PCR COVID drive-through location at Community Bible Church from 8 till 1 Monday through Friday. No appointment is necessary, there's no out-of-pocket cost, and test results are available the very next day. Whether you've been exposed, have symptoms, need to travel, or just need peace of mind, PCR COVID testing is available Monday through Friday, 8 till 1 at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street from Natural State Laboratories.
It's Truck Month at Randall Ford. Hello, Jeremy Tissington, General Sales Manager here at Randall Ford. The Ford F-150 has been the #1 truck in America 44 years and counting. Check out the all-new F-150, completely redesigned for 2021. You will not be disappointed. Right now, we have a great selection of 2020 models to choose from as well. We have 0% financing available and $1,500 in rebates. It's a great time to choose the F-150 and Randall Ford. Stop by today. Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or at randallford.com, America's #1 selling brand.
Spring is here, and Jelco Outdoors has all the great gear for getting outside and enjoying the great outdoors. Hiking shoes and boots by Danner, Keene, and Solomon. All your fishing gear for crappie, bass, and catfish. Fishing kayaks, clothing, footwear, and more. Check out the great selection at Jelco. Turkey hunters, Jelco has all the calls and gear to help you bag that big tom this spring. Get out and enjoy spring. Get to Jelco Outdoors for all your spring gear. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
The Martins came
came over, we were having spaghetti when we suddenly noticed that we started getting sweaty as the temperature approached 90 degrees. My buddy said, man, you gotta call AshleyAir.com. When your air conditioner breaks, they're the one you want. AshleyAir.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. The technician showed up the very same day. Got it fixed right and fast, he was on his way. When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice, AshleyAir.com.
As the days get longer and the weather gets warmer, it just means more time for outdoor fun. Family owned and operated for over 50 years, Wheeler Power Sports knows everything there is to know about helping you have that fun. Right now, you can save up to $1,000 or get financing as low as 0% during the Kawasaki Rev Up for Spring Sales event. Check out their full inventory at WheelerPowersports.com or go see them at 901 North 11th Street near downtown Fort Smith. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Dry and sunny for today. Our high this afternoon in the upper 60s north, mid 70s south. Showers and storms on the increase tonight. Some could be strong. Overnight lows in the low to mid 50s and a chance of strong to severe weather on Thursday. Highs will be in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hertz Car Sales. Make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard. Call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
It's fast. It's exciting.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is halftime. Coming at you from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3. Live from the Busch Light Studios.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here. Woo!
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
Because this is a proud damn state.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
You can actually feel Razorback Stadium shaking underneath our feet right now.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Stick this one in the electrical socket, folks. The Razorbacks have shocked the world. Arkansas defeats UConn.
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Judging by the sound of it, so has everyone else.
Hey, hold on. It's almost halftime.
Life is good, Phil.
I was going to try to get this piece of crab in my mouth before the segment started, but I couldn't. So I guess I won't be so rude and eat right in front of our.
You want me to introduce our guest that we got here?
Yeah, please do it.
We got Travis, the president, owner. What do we call you, Travis?
Both of those, whatever you're going to call me.
Can we call you a fishmonger?
Yeah, fishmonger, noodler, whatever.
Noodler. Travis, the fine president of Eat My Catfish. First off, thank you for having us out here at Eat My Catfish today. And you weren't kidding when we came in earlier this morning.
Hey, meat hooks, by the way.
Oh, no.
Good.
Sorry.
We got 5 hours left for work this week, so we're on the way to the weekend.
We walked in, and Phil made the mention and said, hey, can we order food while we're here? Because Phil's getting ready for Razorback baseball, and he said, what were the words that came out of your mouth?
Oh, don't worry. There's going to be ample food.
I apologize. I apologize for my naivete.
He hasn't lied to us at all.
No. You've brought a smorgasbord of deliciousness all throughout the first.
What all do we got in there?
Well, this is the way you're supposed to handle the actual food for the crawfish bowl. You don't keep it in the bucket. You dump it out on the table, right?
Good.
Yeah, this is our Smack Your Mama bucket here. It's got crab and crawfish and bulled shrimp.
A lot of bright red and bright pink and a little yellow with the corn. It is steaming. You can almost smell the flavor coming off of this pile of goodness.
Well, if y'all want to dig in, I'll take this segment.
No,
I can do it for you.
Well, one thing I wanted, before we're going to have a giveaway. Before we got on the break. You said you wanted to give something away to our great listeners.
I would love to.
What you got for them?
So we got a new bucket this year called the Royal Boil.
Okay.
So it's 5 pounds of crawfish, a pound of snow crab, 2 pounds of bulled Gulf shrimp, 5 potatoes, and 5 corn. So this is $80 if you come in the store.
All right.
It's a meal. Hey, we had a guy in North Little Rock finish it by himself on Friday night.
So is this like a challenge, or?
We got to turn into it. He finished it in 35 minutes.
Wow.
How the weight of the food again?
So 5 pounds of crawfish, a pound of snow crab, 2 pounds of shrimp, 5 corn, 5 potatoes, 35 minutes.
And then he slept for 24 straight hours.
I wonder if Ty could do that.
No, probably so.
Ty probably could.
Although I wonder if he would eat any of these things too. I'm not quite sure.
Oh.
This is just spectacular. Did you see, by the way, the story about the shrimp tails in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch yesterday? Did you hear about this?
No.
So I don't even now. You know, I eat the shrimp tails with the shrimp, even if just the boiled ones. I'll eat the tails.
How common is that?
Not very.
Okay, thank you. All right.
But it's edible. It doesn't kill you.
Just wanted to point that out.
It doesn't kill you. I'm proof of this because with every one of these shrimp I have eaten, I eat the tail too.
So do you shell them? You do the shell or no?
Well, yeah, you can.
I'm confused.
I'm not eating. No, so all right, I'm going to give you an example.
Fry the whole shrimp and eat the heads.
Example.
No, you guys brought us the fried shrimp earlier. He just ate the whole thing.
I'm going to peel this boiled shrimp here, and I'm even going to take off that last little piece of shell on it.
Yeah, everybody.
Right. And then I'm going to dip it here, and then I'm going to eat the whole thing, including the tail. Boom.
Huh. Good
Been
texture,
doing that my whole life.
Yeah. And it hadn't killed you yet.
It's less for you to throw out.
Yeah. I love it.
That's awesome.
I learn something every day.
If you're out there in the lunch, it's the lunch hour right now. So if you need a place to come, obviously, Eat My Catfish is a place to come. Got lots of locations across, not only here in Northwest Arkansas, they've got locations in Central Arkansas. I mean, this is the place to come to.
You know, should I tease about our new Northwest Arkansas
of course.
location?
Tease away.
Tease away. Well, I'll say it's within 30 minutes of this store.
Okay.
And
I know a place that's 30 minutes north, not really 30 minutes south.
Yeah, well, it's not south.
Okay. Ooh, intriguing.
Intriguing.
We're going east or west.
Yeah, I'll leave it with that.
Okay.
Can you give us a date of when this could be announced?
Probably announced in April and open July 1st.
Outstanding.
You know what? Let's just go with that out there. He showed me how to eat shrimp. Siloam Springs.
Hey, all right.
Very
Siloam
good.
Springs.
Yep. We're going west.
Going west, my friends.
All right, good. Then I know where I'm going to go in July. I mean, I live 5 minutes away from this location, so I've already spent quite a bit of time taking food home.
Now, there's one guy on the other end, Matty T. Now, I'm curious. If you and Matty T met, because Matty voices your ads for you guys.
I think we met way back in the day when he was down working in Central Arkansas.
That's correct. I used to swing by the North Little Rock location all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and back then, weren't you guys eatmycatfish.com?
Yeah.
I remember when you guys first opened up because I spent all those years in Little Rock. I ate at your Little Rock location. I ate at your Saline County location, and so when I almost thought to myself when I was looking for a place to live here and I see, oh look, there's an Eat My Catfish right there. That would make sense. I've lived close to a couple of them, so this works.
You know, you'd be so surprised the number of emails we get when somebody says, "Man, I just moved away and I was so sad," but then I realized you had a location in Fayetteville. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, man, what does your life revolve around?
Now, I'd never eaten catfish before moving to Arkansas. This was.
Serious?
I'm a northerner. Born and raised in Pittsburgh. They don't eat catfish in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Although for a long time that was the only kind of fish that could survive in any of those three rivers because they were so dirty. I just didn't eat them because they were so dirty. Moving to Arkansas, I found some places in Little Rock. The first place I ever ate catfish was Grandpa's in North Little Rock.
Absolutely.
Which I don't even know if it's still around anymore.
I think I got one in I think North Little Rock, Mama Ellen, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, that's the place that you could throw your peanuts on the floor and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that was from the first bite, total convert. And I'm very thankful that even though I'm Jewish, I grew up Jewish, never kept kosher a day in my life, wouldn't be able to eat here if I did. So it's like my mom and dad knew what I would be eating later on in life.
But catfish dinners can almost cure any family problems or anything like that. You name it. I mean, it's like is a catfish dinner obviously seafood, maybe not the Arkansas staple, but is catfish dinner like the Arkansas staple?
Man, every Friday? I mean,
yeah.
Every Friday growing up as a kid, my grandma had catfish on the table.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people grew up like that.
I mean, one of the things I love about this location here, I mean, you guys have it's got like a sports bar set up too, and you got really good televisions, good sound system. You turned it down for us to do the show, so I could hear that it was a good sound system. Great selection of alcoholic beverages and everything. This is a great place to watch the Sweet 16, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you why. We've got all our craft cocktails are fresh, but they're all on tap. So you talk about just quick and consistent. But right now, since Arkansas is the 3 seed, we have our Hog Wild Hurricane for $3 until they lose. $3 Hog Wild Hurricanes.
Do I see a Moscow Mule
I need to
on
get some
tap?
drinks out here, so I need to get.
Do I see a Moscow Mule on tap?
Yeah, so all our cocktails are on tap.
I'd never seen that before.
All with fresh juice. They're incredible. Yeah. So we got
Well,
Pontchartrain Punch is my favorite, but that Hog Wild Hurricane is unreal.
Too bad I'll be in Starkville this weekend for baseball. Otherwise, I'll be coming here to watch.
I'll take over it for you.
Yeah, you do that for me, please, SmackDown.
Can y'all? I know Tommy's here, but can y'all drink on the radio? I mean, is it okay?
The boss gave me
samples?
one drink that I can do.
Okay.
I got a baseball game later today, so I can't. Otherwise, I would have.
Okay.
I would have.
Oh, I can have Phil's? All right, I can have 2 then.
All right, sounds good.
I got Phil's
Matt
today.
Matthews getting 2. So
Travis,
we're doing Hog Wild Hurricane and Posturing Punch. Yep.
What's your feel on Saturday for the Sweet 16? What do you think?
Man, they played us a good game before, but I think they're going to be focused. I think Muss is going to have them just drilled in, ready to go, and it's going to be a good game. But man, they just play so good in the second half. They're so disciplined. They don't get rushed or just worried. They just execute, man. It's fun to watch.
You born and raised Arkansan?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm 28, so technically I was alive when this '94 championship came through. But what's the excitement level like now, 2021, versus how it was then?
I think we've got a lot of pent-up, not anger, pent-up excitement.
Pent-up excitement.
Yeah. I think anybody who's 30 or above remembers exactly where they were at when we won that championship.
Absolutely.
I know exactly where I was at, and man, I can't wait to relive it. Even it's just fun to see them back in it, man.
But
it's the funnest time of year.
You had been, the program had already been to that level. Not national champion, but it was, they'd been to the Final Four just a few years before. The year in, year out, they were in the conversation.
Yeah.
Sweet 16 wasn't like oh my gosh, we finally made it. That's why you use the word pent-up excitement. I felt pent-up frustration and fatalism from fans who really, have had this the sky is falling mentality, because for all these years something would always happen that would make the sky fall. And are you worried about that at all going into this Saturday?
Man, you think about all the stuff that's happened in the last 10 years. I think we're just due for demand, bud, and it's here. I mean, you think about baseball and football. I mean, when's the last time we had this much excitement? It is fun.
It's crazy to think about.
I'm ready for this town to explode again coming out of COVID.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in if you want to jump in on the conversation. We're going to go to the phone lines. Based off your announcement, we've got a very excited caller on the line that's excited about your new Eat My Catfish location. Jackie joining us here on Halftime. Jackie, you excited about this new Eat My Catfish location?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say, Phil, you're not the only one that like eats the tail and everything, because sometimes you don't want to have to work to eat your food. You know what I'm saying? So it's just easier just to sometimes not to peel it and just put it in a little bit of sauce and just throw it back in your mouth and let it go. You know what I mean?
Jackie, we've never met before. I don't think you've called this show before, but you're my favorite person on earth right now. Thank you.
Beautiful thing.
Yes.
and I've had a lot of my buddies are like, "What the are you doing?" And I'm like, "It doesn't hurt you. It ain't gonna kill you." And they're like, "Dude, you're not supposed to do that." And I said, "Tell me, where's the rules and how do you eat boiled shrimp?" You know what I mean? So I said, you just eat them the way you want to eat them, and I'll eat them the way I want to eat them, and we'll all be good. But, hey, I live over in Siloam Springs, and I'm telling you right now, son, when you said you're coming to Siloam, I mean, hey, I'm pumped. You need to open up you need to bring the trailer over next week is what I'm saying, because
what day you want us there?
Every time me and my wife turn around, we're like, my God, I wish there was some place you could get catfish in Siloam.
Well, Jackie,
and then
I'll go ahead and tell you right now.
You have to drive all the way to Fayetteville.
I'll tell you right now, Jackie, and I'm not doing this to, like, irritate you while you're probably driving around right now or listening to us. This shrimp is fantastic. So you're in for a treat when they come to Siloam Springs.
Oh, hey, I mean, we've been to the place in Fayetteville several times, and you know, and I'm not trying to be like the Siloam Springs Chamber of Commerce or anything, but Siloam is untapped territory for restaurants. I mean, unless you want a food chain hamburger, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Eat My Catfish in Siloam, I'm all in, dude. Just let me know where it is so I can build a house next to it. That's all I need to know.
Thanks for the call, Jackie. Appreciate it.
Sounds like fertile ground, Travis. Well done.
I love it. And we are going to bring the trailer up there, Jackie. I know you're off now, but it won't be next week, but it'll be in April sometime. We'll have a couple of days to come up and let people start tasting it.
Do you guys do catering for, like, any parties or anything like that people may want to get some seafood for their wedding receptions or, heck, I don't know, pretty much any occasion they need?
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but we started in a food truck 12 years ago, and we still have that original food truck plus a couple more. Yeah. We take those on site and cater for whatever you got, big company picnic or family reunion or wedding or whatever.
Heck yeah. How can they get in touch with you if they want to get that food truck ready for them?
Oh, Phil said it earlier, eatmycatfish.com.
That's right. That's what the place was initially called.
I remember that.
That's what it was initially called.
Should I go back to that? I get torn on that.
No, you don't need. Everybody knows the .com. It's sort of expected now.
All right.
It's just expected. And plus, do you really want to pay for the extra 3 letters on your marquees now?
Very true.
See?
That's a good point.
I'm not a good businessman, but eventually I come up with a good idea every 5 weeks or so.
But I really do trust a man's opinion who eats the whole shrimp now.
That's true. That's very true.
There are more. I won't eat the whole tail of the crawfish. Like, that would be stupid.
You're gonna need to teach me how to. I've never had crawfish before, so I'm gonna have to give this a try.
You're not allowed to be scared of anything, SmackDown.
I'm not scared.
I'm going to go Facebook Live and get him.
Travis, if you really want to be impressed, watch him eat some of those boudin balls.
That was.
That's what I did.
I was told I couldn't tell that story.
That
on
was
air.
impressive.
So SmackDown, how about this? I don't know if you want to do this during the break or whatever, but we're going to teach you how to twist, bite, and suck. Okay, because that's what you got to do for those things.
And make sure you stick around listening. Like Travis said, we're going to give away what was what you called it?
The Royal Boil.
We're going to give away a Royal Boil later on in the show, so make sure you stay tuned. And
look at that beautiful drink you got there. That's gorgeous. All right, you going to sip or you going to gulp?
What was this called again?
That's the Hog Wild Hurricane. $3 until the hogs lose.
He's drinking for 2 of us.
Ooh, wow. That's smooth.
He's very happy. 877-377-6963. SmackDown is a very happy boy at this moment. I think we all are too.
God bless Tommy
because
Craft
we're at
for
Eat My
letting me come.
Catfish. We got Arkansas baseball against Memphis coming up in about 2.5 hours.
You can talk all the baseball while I eat the shrimp.
Bite, twist, bite
and
suck.
Let's
Practice.
do it.
Go for it.
I still have a burning desire to achieve, a national championship here for this university.
It's out of here! Robert Moore!
He struck him out swinging. There's number 11.
They got him at second.
It is back to the wall.
It is out of here!
Moore to first. Double play. And this one belongs to the Razorbacks.
Catch all the action all season long on your home for the Razorbacks.
Only on ESPN 95.
Here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Tommy Craft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Moore back to right. Daniels at the wall. Out of here. And there's home run number 2 for the Razorbacks today. On a 2-strike pitch, Robert Moore's 4th of the season.
The Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, the Hog Talk Podcast. Trusting the process, primetime preps, all available on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Built by Breeden RV Center. Family owned and operated, a no-pressure, laid-back atmosphere, and always home of the free maintenance for life. Just type Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, you guys, podcast time.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
877-377-6963 calls and texts. We've given Bill King the day off, and we'll get back with Bill next week. I changed my mind to wrap up the show. We got another 40 minutes here to eat my catfish, and the crawfish is being eaten. Jen even tried crawfish for the first time in her life, and she said it was acceptable.
Acceptable? It's really good.
Lady SmackDown is still looking at the crawfish as if they're aliens. It's okay. They are delicious. They really are. You're gonna like it.
What'd you say I need to do? Twist, peel, and
it's twist, bite, and suck in that order.
Got it.
You probably are really good at the order of lick, shoot, bite. You know.
Okay.
The tequila shots.
Okay, thank God. I
didn't
know where we were heading with that.
You got to get your rhythm here with these.
Got it.
It's all about rhythm. And the ability to take a little spice off your lips, because these ones have some of that too. Don't forget, if you have been one of the cool kids that got onto the hitthatline.com bracket challenge, then don't forget to get your picks going before the Sweet 16 begins on Saturday, correct?
Sweet 16 begins on Saturday, so you've got from now until Saturday to get excuse me. Doesn't matter if you haven't entered already or if you have already entered. Make sure if you have entered, just log back into your same account.
So if you haven't entered, you can still do it for the 16.
Still get in there and do it, and then we'll got a lot of good prizes that we still get to give away here very, very soon. But get entered into the Sweet 16 bracket, because if you win that overall bracket, you get a free weekend trip to Branson. So lots of good stuff here. Make sure you get entered, though, before Saturday. HitThatLine.com is the destination to get all that taken care of.
I'd forgotten about what day the Sweet 16 starts, because my head is really kind of in baseball for the time being now with the end of the women's basketball season.
Well, it's weird, too, because, I mean, we're used to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the opening rounds heading into the Sweet 16 was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I thought the dates were or the days of the week were a little different.
And now it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So
yeah. So baseball plays Memphis at 3 o'clock tonight, whatever you want to say. Miller Plyman will be pitching for Arkansas. He's a Fayetteville kid that had transferred from Wichita State. He'll be the 19th pitcher to appear in a game for Arkansas this year. And what do they play? They played. That'll be the 19th game, so it's nice and it connects beautifully for you. So that's real. That's a lot of pitchers. But now that you're playing midweek series, and next week it's just one game against UCA, and then I think then you get back-to-back midweek 2-game series against in-state schools, Little Rock and Pine Bluff.
Right.
So you need the starters to be able to throw those games, rather than have a Johnny bullpen game, which even in some seasons that have finished in the College World Series, that Wednesday game quite often was have arm throw baseball. It was a Johnny bullpen day. So because of the amount of pitchers they have, maybe you can have an every Wednesday starter. You don't have Wednesday series games all year, but they do pop up, and it's always good to develop more starting pitching depth. So I'm interested to see Plyman today. And yeah, get the bats going again. You don't have to have a 9-run inning, sure. You don't have to score 14 runs, sure.
Do it right.
But yeah, keep the pressure on them, because the offense really didn't just really blow Memphis out until late in the game. I mean, the 9 runs came in the 8th inning. Before that, it was still a tight ball game. But that really was some 8th inning. That was a lot of fun to watch. One thing that did stand out, we'll get to the call in a moment. Dave did change the lineup a little bit, and we saw Caden Wallace play third base for the first time. He's the freshman out of Greenbrier. Third base is his natural position, and last night I saw why. I really did. He's really quick. We've seen his throwing arm from right field, and he's got a great throwing arm. On the infield, he was able to flip it when he needed to, gun it when he needed to, really good cutting to his left. That guy is going to be a stellar third baseman for Arkansas, probably starting next year. Now, I don't expect that Dave will keep the lineup the way it was yesterday, but you know, if they're not getting production from third base the way that they expect,
right,
they might put Caden over there at third base for a few games here and there. Just throwing that out there. But he really does look like a great third baseman, and that stood out for me yesterday.
877-377-6963. Doug in Fort Smith has dialed us up here on halftime. Doug, my man, you are on halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to start drinking or y'all need to stop drinking, but can you finish the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal?
Oh, I was like, what?
I really piqued his interest up at that one, didn't I?
That's mine and my daughter's favorite cereal, and do we need to quit eating them or keep going?
Well, so it's my favorite cereal too, and I saw this. I forget the name of the comedian out of Los Angeles yesterday that apparently saw he'd already eaten a bowl of the cereal. He'd already eaten a bowl. He bought a 2-pack, one of those big 2-packs you'll get at Walmart, and he'd already eaten a bowl. And then he's pouring in a second bowl, and he noticed that there were shrimp tails that came out with the cereal, and he tweets a photo to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Twitter account saying, "Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal?" And they gaslit him. They said, after close examination with our team, we have determined that is just crusted, ingredients that didn't get blended properly.
No.
And they were not. It was shrimp tails, man. And there were he also saw there were other things in there. There was string. There was some little black specks on some of the actual pieces of cereal. Now, this guy also, I think he said that one of the boxes of cereal was taped over. So somebody might have tampered with it. This might not have happened at the actual cereal sorting facility or whatever this thing is done. But, yeah, it's disgusting. And I love shrimp tails, obviously, but not with cinnamon and sugar and in your milk. I'll eat shrimp tails when I expect to eat shrimp tails, not when I expect to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You objected to the maggots that were also in there too, right?
Yeah, it was some black specks. It just they said it might have been rat poop, so I mean that would be worse.
Doug, just use your best judgment, my friend.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. I guess some hog wild hurricanes are pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you ain't kidding. This thing it's going down really smooth right now. Doug, thanks for the call this morning or this afternoon.
I really love that we've turned the show into like a consumer affairs show now.
Really has. We've done good. I mean, between Joe's Friday, JJ's Monday, and then here today.
Well, I mean, we've got a caller that now knows where he's going to build his house in Siloam Springs.
We're changing lives.
We're changing lives. We're telling you maybe check the cereal before you actually pour it in your bowl.
We're providing the details
just
that people
in case.
need to know. Exactly.
Or don't, maybe check and see if there's some Scotch tape on your box of cereal, because that's not supposed to happen either. Paulette, Austin and Ozark wants to ask about Peyton Paulette. Will he start Friday after pitching yesterday? Good question. I don't know. I'll bet you Dave gets asked that sometime later today, or maybe tomorrow.
Things.
Yeah, because we don't know who's going to be the Friday starter now. It could be Zebulon Vermillion. Maybe it could be Patrick Wicklander.
Connor Nolan.
Maybe it could still be no. We haven't seen Nolan in a while.
Well, I don't know, but maybe. I mean, do you give him that opportunity right now?
Halftime's right back after this.
RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer. And with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle, owning a new RV has never been easier. RV show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. I want to tell you about a couple live shows that we'll be doing from the Game Day Lodge in Branson. The Morning Rush and Halftime will be on location April 5th and 6th, the day of and after the National Championship. The Game Day Lodge in Branson is unlike any lodge you've ever seen. You can check out the Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also Vrbo and Airbnb. What my friends Jason and Sarah Everett have to offer you at the Game Day Lodge: a pool table, the poker table, bago, arcades, private basketball court. There's an outdoor pool and also a heated indoor pool open year-round, just a few steps away from Game Day Lodge. Game Day Lodge is just a 5-minute drive to Moonshine Beach on Table Rock and just a 5-minute walk down to Table Rock Lake. 10 minutes from Silver Dollar City. This lodge has 10 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 2 laundry rooms, 2 fully equipped kitchens, and 17 televisions, plus an outdoor fire pit when it gets chilly outside. Game Day Lodge features some of your favorite teams, including Arkansas, Dallas, and Kansas City. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can make a reservation by just emailing them, reservations@lakelodges.rent, or check them out on Airbnb and Vrbo. Game Day Lodge is your #1 destination for family weekends, golf trips, Arkansas away games, corporate retreats, and so much more. Game Day Lodge in Branson. You'll never want to leave.
Car wrecks involving big rigs can be very complex, so the sooner you get me involved, the better. This is why you need to have my number in your phone, because this could be you. I'm Phil Votaw. You never met a lawyer like me.
I want to tell you, customer, we're all in this together.
Fort Smith's best option for PCR COVID testing is fast, accurate, and delivers next-day results. Arkansas' own Natural State Laboratories has a PCR COVID drive-through location at Community Bible Church from 8 till 1 Monday through Friday. No appointment is necessary, there's no out-of-pocket cost, and test results are available the very next day. Whether you've been exposed, have symptoms, need to travel, or just need peace of mind, PCR COVID testing is available Monday through Friday, 8 till 1 at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street from Natural State Laboratories.
We've got the wings, you've got the mouth. Watch basketball the right way with Buffalo Wild Wings. Get the breakaway bundle and receive 30 award-winning wings for only $29.99. 15 traditional and 15 boneless, plus fries for only $29.99. Order takeout or delivery online through the Beat Ups app. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. What are you waiting for? Watch with wings and get buckets. Available at participating locations for a limited time, dine-in, and takeout only. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
This is ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas, 2 timeouts. Texas Tech 1. Clock down to 6. He's dancing. Smith is there. Accelerates. No! Rebound, Note. That's it. Arkansas is going to the Sweet 16.
Need a little bit more halftime in your life? Make sure to download the Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast. Eastside Liquor in Fort Smith has the best deals in the River Valley on liquor, beer, and wine. Stop by 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith and make sure to check out their Facebook page for weekly specials. The Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast is part of the Hit That Line Podcast Network and is available wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, we've got to give away food, right? From
Yes.
Eat My Catfish?
Yes, we do.
What is it we're giving away again? It's like this incredible, you need a bodybuilder, essentially, to lift this.
Lady SmackDown said the Royal Boil.
25 cents on you right there.
Yeah, that's
It's
acceptable.
okay. All right, so go ahead. What was it again?
Royal Boil.
The Royal Boil.
It's an $80 just bucket of goodness. I think it had snow crab, crab legs, shrimp, all kinds of good stuff in there. So.
Okay. All right. So we've got to figure out a way to give this up, to give this away, and I've got it. Okay. Because this is this is Randy Johnson Killed a Bird Day.
Yes.
20th anniversary. Randy Johnson is one of the greatest left-handed pitchers who ever played baseball. So the trivia question would be.
And we're going to do a text message like we did yesterday.
It's a text message, 877-377-6963. You have to spell the name of this person correctly, too. And this actually is a little bit, this kind of connects a little of the city that hosts the university that Arkansas is playing on Saturday. Who has the most wins by a left-handed pitcher in Major League Baseball history? 877-377-6963.
Repeat that one more time. Just
who has won? What pitcher owns the most wins by any left-hander in Major League Baseball history? 877-377-6963.
First texter with a correct spelling.
Yes.
Gets
I brought this guy up even on the Arkansas baseball broadcast recently because he and Johnny Sane, back in the day in the 50s and the early 60s, Sane went on to be a longtime pitching coach. It was known as Blank and Sane and Pray for Rain. And that's kind of what Vanderbilt has going on with their baseball team right now with their two starting pitchers, Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter.
Right.
Like, you don't want to play when those guys are scheduled to pitch. I mean, Leiter threw a no-hitter his last time out.
All right, we got some answers coming in here.
All right, it's the first person. It's the first person that did this. We've got somebody said Tom Glavine. No. Oral Hershiser was a right-hander. We got a bunch of right answers here, but the first one comes from this 479 text. And it's funny, too, because the last time he texted, I love that we can see every text that they have for us on our text machine. The last time that this listener out of the 479 texted us was way back in July, and all he texted to our show, this was our show, was son of a motherless goat. I really wonder what we were talking about that day.
Curious. I'm
that
really
he texted
curious.
in. The last time he texted in was son of a motherless goat. Warren Spahn is the correct answer. And Warren Spahn, I don't remember if he was born and raised in Tulsa, but I know he lived there. In fact, I saw him throw a ceremonial first pitch at Drillers Stadium at a Drillers Travelers game. Warren Spahn won 363 Major League Baseball games. Every last one of them, I'm pretty sure, was with the Braves organization. I mean, he was one of the guys that I don't think he pitched for the Braves in Boston, but he did in Milwaukee and I think a little bit in Atlanta too. Yeah, he did finish his career with the Mets. That's right, 65 and 6, and the Giants in 65. So it's Warren Spahn. Donnie in Fayetteville texted in Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was an outfielder. Sorry. Steve Carlton was not the right answer, but that is a good guess. And we have a lot of people that did have the right answer there. Warren Spahn. It was Spahn and Sane and Pray for Rain. And that was the saying whenever teams would try to hit against those Milwaukee Braves who won the 1957 World Series and a big upset over the Yankees.
Daniel Bazar is the gentleman that wins our gift card today from Eat My Catfish. So, Daniel, I'll be continuing text and messaging you, and we'll get your cell phone number. We'll share it with the Eat My Catfish folks, and they will be in touch with you and get your $80 Royal Boil gift certificate here at Eat My Catfish.
It's funny too because I bring this trivia question because of the whole Randy Johnson killing a bird thing, and Warren Spahn was like the exact opposite style pitcher of Randy Johnson, who threw the greatest fastball of his era was right. Randy Johnson's fastball. The dude would throw 99 to 101 from innings 1 through 9. That's crazy. Warren Spahn was like the opposite of that. He was a change of speeds guy. He induced a lot of contact. He's had plenty of strikeouts in his career. But that was out of the ability to know how to pitch, and he was specialized at hiding the ball. This is one thing pitchers they do try to do this. If you notice the way that they have that front arm up in front of the ball when they're bringing it through, Spahn was like a master at doing exactly that. You never knew. You couldn't see it. If you can't see what you can't hit what you can't see.
Exactly.
And the fewer milliseconds that the batter has his eye on the ball, even if it's in the pitcher's hand, that's going to help the pitcher out. That's one of the reasons Spahn was so good.
That's awesome. So congratulations, Daniel. We'll get your information overshared to the Eat My Catfish folks, and maybe we'll have some more giveaways here. We got it. Was it Brandon in Paris said we deserve a humanitarian award for halftime for all the good deeds that we're doing for our.
Well, and pretty soon
listeners.
we're going to have fine money to do something with.
That's true.
And it can't just be for buying Swedish fish and bubble gum for the rest of us. Maybe we need to do something good with it. And I mean, think about this too. If Arkansas, what is it for Ty? What is it with his hair? Is it get to the Final Four or win the national title?
Get to the Final Four.
So he's got more hair than anybody else at the radio station
combined.
Exactly. What I was going to get at. So we can be even further humanitarian because Ty can give his hair up to locks of love. I heard Tommy joked about it. He can really do it.
Yes, he can.
He really could, and he should.
He's got enough to make a difference over there. So, yes, if you are the praying type, if you're the cross your fingers type, or regardless, I don't know. Obviously, we want to see Ty bald. But if you look at our Hit That Line Twitter account, I put a picture up there just before the morning rush concluded.
You have him horseshoe bald.
Horseshoe bald. So there's an app on.
That's what it's called. That's the actual. There's a hairstyle called horseshoe bald.
So there.
It's just a very large reverse mohawk, is what it is. A very wide reverse mohawk.
It's a great look.
It looks awful. I wouldn't do him like that.
I would.
I don't think Muss would do him like that.
Yes, he would.
No, I think he would appreciate somebody that wants to take all that luscious hair off his head.
Ty would do anything for a Twitter follower.
Ty would do anything for Arkansas to go to the Final Four.
He would. I think he would gladly do this. But see, here's the thing: do we really want to shave him completely bald, or would that look, the horseshoe bald look?
I mean,
be the better look.
There you're really going to embarrass him.
What's his least favorite team? Because we could get whatever area code that is shaved into the side of his head.
Take your pick. It's either Kentucky basketball or it's Texas A&M football.
I was going to say that, or put the Texas logo, but not horns down, horns up on the side of his head. That's a great idea, man.
And then maybe add some color too, like he's a snow cone head.
The three that he really hates. The three that he really hates would be Aggies football, Kentucky basketball, and Ole Miss baseball. Doing the show with me for 2 years got him to really despise Ole Miss baseball.
That's a good idea.
So we can go in,
I like
the,
that.
go in a direction like that.
I like Matty T's idea of putting something on the side of his head that he despises.
Well, I'm just glad we just want to torture him at least.
He's
in a
so
really
quick to
friendly
shave
way.
things into his head.
By the way, so what's the name of our winner here, Daniel?
Daniel Bazaar.
Daniel, can you remember what we were talking about that got you to text the words "son of a motherless goat" on July 7th during the summer last year? Because I'm really interested in that. It was like you didn't. I appreciate you listening. Obviously, you've been listening, and that's what matters. But you hadn't texted us for 8 months, and right in between, "son of a motherless goat" to Warren Spahn, and I just want to know what we were talking about that day.
No telling what could have prompted that on our show before.
Maybe it would have been like a Monty Python thing, is what I'm thinking.
Isn't that in Monty Python?
I think that's what we did that day. All right, we got one more segment here on halftime. SmackDown's got a couple of change my minds. I already know, and maybe we'll save this for tomorrow. We should, for a Dumas of the week, and Alexander Dumas. Do you see the NHL referee that was fired?
Oh, yeah.
Because he said, like they say these days, he said the quiet part out loud. We'll have to save that.
We'll roast him tomorrow.
We'll have to save that one. And halftime's back to wrap it up with Change My Mind next.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you.
What my friends Jason and Sarah Everett have to offer you at the Game Day Lodge. A pool table, the poker table, bago, arcades, private basketball court. There's an outdoor pool and also a heated indoor pool open year-round, just a few steps away from Game Day Lodge. Game Day Lodge is just a 5-minute drive to Moonshine Beach on Table Rock and just a 5-minute walk down to Table Rock Lake. 10 minutes from Silver Dollar City. This lodge has 10 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 2 laundry rooms, 2 fully equipped kitchens, and 17 televisions, plus an outdoor fire pit when it gets chilly outside. Game Day Lodge features some of your favorite teams, including Arkansas, Dallas, and Kansas City. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can make a reservation by just emailing them. Reservations@lakelodges.rent or check them out on Airbnb and Vrbo. Game Day Lodge is your #1 destination for family weekends, golf trips, Arkansas away games, corporate retreats, and so much more. Game Day Lodge in Branson. You'll never want to leave.
car wrecks involving big rigs.
You truly are part of a family that cares about your future and your family. Contact Brent or Connie today at 479-997-2366. That's 479-997-2366. Or apply online at BrentHigginsTrucking.com for weekend and part-time local and over-the-road driving positions.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a Buy Here, Pay Here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Fort Smith's best option for PCR COVID testing is fast, accurate, and delivers next-day results. Arkansas' own Natural State Laboratories has a PCR COVID drive-through location at Community Bible Church from 8 till 1 Monday through Friday. No appointment is necessary, there's no out-of-pocket cost, and test results are available the very next day. Whether you've been exposed, have symptoms, need to travel, or just need peace of mind, PCR COVID testing is available Monday through Friday, 8 till 1 at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street from Natural State Laboratories.
This is ESPN 95.3.
Lefty on lefty, Carmichael throws, and it's driven way out of here by Brady Slavens. Look out into the building, and it goes halfway up the net. A two-run homer by Brady Slavens. He's driven it all four for Arkansas.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins. Enter the HitThatLine.com $1 Million Bracket Challenge, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings and Farm Credit. Register on HitThatLine.com.
There's my Fred Van Fleet song. I know it's Greta Van Fleet. Halftime is brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. For those who live in the area around Baxter Regional, you're going to want to go to the Baxter Regional Medical Center Facebook page. Make sure you like their Facebook page. Also go to baxterregional.org/coronavirus for updates on how and when you can make an appointment to get your COVID vaccination shot. Definitely something we need to ensure that we all get taken care of. I got mine in a week, my second one, thank goodness.
I got to get mine scheduled here pretty quick, too.
You know what I'm excited about? I get to travel with the baseball team finally 2 weeks after the second shot.
Fantastic.
Don't have to do the driving by myself. Don't have to book the hotels and everything. Don't have to do the interviews with Dave via wireless microphone. Can actually be around the team.
That's awesome.
Gosh, I'm so excited about that. But you got another 3 weeks until that happens. So I'm driving myself to Stark Vegas and to Oxford, too. You still got to let me know what it is I'm getting you from the Mississippi State on-campus dairy. No pressure yet. No pressure yet.
What if they got a menu or what are their services?
Everybody's got a website now. Everybody's got a website. So I would just Google search it.
I will.
And Google search Mississippi State University Campus Dairy and take it from there.
I like it.
All right. If you got anything less for us, 877-377-6963.
Porter texted me during the commercial break, and I told Travis this over here at Eat My Catfish. Pretty good idea here, guys, because they're doing these the hog wild. What was the drink that he gave me? It's already gone.
The hog boil. I don't remember what it's called, but it was pink and
it's
delicious.
It's a hurricane
looking.
Of some sort.
Hog hurricane. Yeah, the hog hurricane. Yeah. Porter from the Hog Talk podcast text in says if Arkansas wins it all, because right now while they're in the tournament, this drink is $3. If Arkansas wins it all, should it be $3 until next season?
I think I just saw Travis shake his head.
That's a question worth asking. So,
well, we all will have moments to think of stuff like that if it actually does happen. So
I hope so. Don't
plan your celebration just yet, right? One thing at a time. Don't overlook Cinderella. Sometimes the slipper actually still fits later than midnight.
That's true.
I'd be so surprised if that happens to this team on Saturday. One interesting thing, though, and I saw that you guys had Chuck Barrett on this morning, and Chuck had I guess researched it or found the note somehow that every game that Muss has coached in the NCAA tournament in his career, even at Nevada, that his team is trailed by at least 10 points at one point. And that includes all the wins. And that includes both games that we've seen so far, right? So
interesting.
It is interesting. And they were down. What was the score at halftime against ORU? They're down by 10, right? Came back with a huge second half. So I guess you just have to appreciate that in the NCAA tournament, there are always going to be those roller coaster highs and lows, much more so than any regular season game. It certainly felt that way these first two. It's not necessarily the intensity, because the intensity is different. You feel like the level of play is a little bit higher in March, but it's the momentum, that the momentum swings. You remember a couple of weeks ago we talked about the idea that too many people will use the cliche that basketball is a game of runs. Well, why do the runs happen? And what we pick up on here, and I think Muss is good at this, Mike Neighbors has been very good at this. Basketball is a gathering of momentum and being able to push that momentum, and keep a team on its heels. And Arkansas, has been on its heels a couple of times in this tournament, but they've had their opponent back on their heels more often than not. And anyway, you just get these such incredible emotional swings on Sat. Hopefully we don't deal with it. Hopefully it's just a cruise, and you get up early and keep them at arm's length or two. But you just know the way these games are, and it never plays out that way.
Yeah.
It never does.
We'll see how it turns out, that's for sure. Let's wrap up the show today. Got a few of these for you guys. Let's wrap it up with a little bit of Change My Mind.
Did she just change my mind?
Now, I don't care what you say.
Nothing can make me change my mind.
I won't change my mind about you.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Oh, that is just so disrespectful for you to say something like that. Say it with your chest.
Change my mind.
Got a few of these for you guys today, and then the first one, we'll kind of keep this one short and sweet because I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these other two. There's nothing better than the Catfish dinner. There's nothing better than the Catfish dinner. It's the ultimate Southern meal, and there's so many different options of how to cook it if you want it spicy with endless sides. I mean, it can solve family problems. It can feed the multitudes of church settings. It can cure the worst alcoholic binges and hangovers. It can do all kinds of good stuff. So to me, the Catfish dinner is the ultimate Southern meal. Changed my mind.
Well, I mean, what about a steak? What about barbecue?
Fair.
Yep. What about fried chicken? All these things kind of – what I think the point is here is that none of those are any better than a good Catfish dinner.
No, absolutely not.
But they're all on the – you want to do like it's not Mount Rushmore season for sports radio, but if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of Southern meals,
yes,
Catfish dinner would be on that mountain, right? One of the four?
Right. Oh, I would say so, Matty. I think you would agree too, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. I wouldn't dare disagree.
Not for Catfish dinner.
If you know what's good for you, you wouldn't.
All right, last one. You guys want a casino one or a music one, or do you want both of them?
I want both of them.
You want both of them? Apparently, Meatloaf. You guys know who Meatloaf is?
Oh, that is a great
yeah, he's the guy who would do anything for love but won't do that.
And apparently, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Apparently, I would do anything for love. Meatloaf and that song is being turned into a reality series.
You mean it hasn't happened?
According to Deadline, each episode of I Do Anything for Love, that's the name of the show, will see couples compete in various comedic physical games designed to reveal how much they can work together and how much they really trust and believe in each other.
Not interested. I'm more interested in maybe Meatloaf looking for love himself and finding it on the dashboard of a car.
Matty, are you intrigued?
Not at all. This is just another one. Remember, it used to be when the host was trying to find love, like Bret Michaels and then Flava Flav.
That's the one I want to see. I want to see Flava of Love come back, man. I mean, put a giant clock around Meatloaf's neck and turn him into a rapper, and I'm game.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, last one. This one's kind of not near and dear to me, but the man who revolutionized the game of blackjack at casinos has sadly passed away. Roger Baldwin, 91 years old, passed away, but said to have revolutionized the game of blackjack. And they believe that he is the guy that says that the dealer hits on a 16 and stays on a 17 and kind of changed the way that you play blackjack. Now, my change my mind with this kind of led me to think blackjack is the best casino game.
I agree. That's the only game I play if I am at a casino. It's been a while, though, since I've been to one.
Blackjack's easily probably. Matty, you're a casino guy.
Yeah, I like the game where the guy has like something in his hand. He puts both hands behind his back, then he puts them back out, and you got to pick which hand the thing's in.
Have you ever won money doing that one, Matty?
No, I haven't. I also like when they just have a big wheel with a bunch of numbers on it, and they spin it, and you got to guess a number.
Oh, that's great.
Well, blackjack feels like there's a little. I know it's luck.
Like there's some skill to it.
Well, the skill is, knowing the odds, or at least having an understanding of the odds. Have you ever gone to a blackjack table and sat there in a casino and pissed everybody off that's sitting there at the table with you?
Yes.
Because I've done that a number of times and still won in front of them, and then I realized I'm getting side eye from every side here. I need to get up and walk away.
The worst one that I've ever done is, I think let's see, what was it? The dealer had a 16 showing, which if you're a serious blackjack player, like that's the time to really do your damage. And I think I had pair of fours, pair of fives. But long story short, because I think we got a call coming in here real quick. I had $600 split out there amongst like 3 different hands.
Whoa.
The dealer drew 21.
Of course.
And I was not a happy boy when that all happened.
A really frustrating feeling, and you know that things are going against you when you're down to your last however much you're going to spend.
Yeah.
And you don't have enough to double down, and you get 11. It's like, well, I fold. I'm done. That's it. I don't care any longer. That's the worst.
JW, is this JW in London, Arkansas? I don't know, but JW apparently is a card expert. JW, we got about a minute and a half, buddy. Or actually about a minute.
I don't have that long to say. Blackjack is boring as hell. I can win money at blackjack, but it's like working because you got to remember all this stuff. The game that you need to play, if you can learn how to play the game and trust Lady Luck, is 5-card stud poker. Blackjack is like you take $100 and you play for 3 hours and you're going to win $400, but it's just work. What's fun about 5-card stud poker is that you get to play, and then if you get a run, you take the money and leave when you get to the place where you need to stop. That's my recommendation, but what the hell do I know?
Sounds like you know quite a bit, to be honest.
So, JW, is that your card game of choice? Is 5-card stud? I guess
obviously, yes. I think that's what he was selling to us there. I think he was definitely. You know, it is fun. And a friend of mine who does still work at the Travelers, Reasonable Reggie, used to detail fans' cars during games, still does. He would go to Isle of Capri in Lula and just play craps. And as he would always say, and I'll do Reggie's voice here, he would say, I just played the pass line. He played the pass line all night long and would come home with a couple $1,000 usually.
Before we wrap up, are either of you two slot machine guys?
No, never.
A little bit, but I'm talking penny slots. But I would like, when I used to go to Tunica, to sit by the roulette there. It's like basically you wouldn't really win or lose that much, but you could sit there all night and basically get drinks,
Well, I know I'm driving into Mississippi sometime tomorrow
Stop
night.
by Tunica tomorrow night.
Stop by Gold Strike and sit down for me.
Yes. Tell Gold Strike me and Matty T said
They're so nice there because they love when you give them your money.
You know who else is nice? Eat My Catfish. We thank Eat My Catfish for coming by here.
You can't lose with them.
No, absolutely not. Not at Eat My Catfish.
They're a safe bet.
Of fun. We're happy and stuffed here at Eat My Catfish. And I'm heading down to Baum-Walker Stadium for baseball. We'll be back with you tomorrow.
Let's do it.
For SmackDown for Matty T and all of the folks here at Eat My Catfish. I'm Phil. Get up, get out, and get stuffed.
Hello, Jeremy Tissington, General Sales Manager at Randall Ford. When you're in the market for the right used vehicle, look no further than Randall Ford. If you're looking for a late model truck, we have it. How about a safe, reliable car for under